Hi guys, Kayleen West here from PLAYfessional Chit-Chats. This is another chit-chat, and today I want to talk about something that I really believe will bring value to you. And not just as a creative, but as just a person. So I firstly want to say thank you for the people who've been following along with this little series, or it might end up being a big series, depending on, how long I can keep up the momentum. And if it's blessing people, I'm going to obviously be motivated to share it, to do more. So if this is being valuable to you and these messages are helping you in your life or in your creative walk, please share them. Please give me some feedback, give me some love on the likes and all the rest of it on if you're on Facebook. And any questions, don't forget to ask them so that I have a chance to speak into that as well. Now today I want to talk about starting, procrastinating. Well, not the whole topic, but I just want to touch on getting going. You know, those times where you want so much to get stuff done and you just can't get going, or you're finding it difficult to get going. Now, this is a very emotive topic because our emotions affect the reasons why we can't get going usually. It can be discouragement, it can be frustration, it can be overwhelm. You can be really highly motivated and be so motivated with so many things you don't know where to start. So there's a whole lot of reasons why it's difficult to get started sometimes. But there is a little thing that I employ sometimes, or there's a couple of little games that I play with myself sometimes that help me get started. And I hope that they might trigger some idea for you, or if you try them, they might work for you too. The first one is just getting going can sometimes be a block when whatever you're wanting to accomplish can look too huge. Like just so big you just don't know where to start, or so big you think you don't have the time, or so big that it just feels like a big thing, so it's hard to move on it. Usually breaking that thing down into a chunk that's digestible can be the key to moving forward. Taking the expectations off yourself, giving yourself permission to do this much instead of this much can be enough to get you started. And you've got to teach yourself. If you're, I've been accused of being an overachiever. I've heard that throughout my life a few times, in a very, sometimes it gets delivered to me as a very sarcastic, typical overachiever. You know what? It's a good thing. I get a lot done and I achieve a lot because I'm an overachiever. But I can get overwhelmed because of my excitement and wonder and my enthusiasm towards things. So it's a good thing for me to be so enthusiastic about things, and it's a good thing for me to want to do and want to give and want to achieve and want to do those things. But I can get in my own way, and you might find that too, that you can get in your own way because you just don't know where to start. So I've had to teach myself to give myself permission to do less sometimes, even though I want to achieve more and I put things in place to help me maximize my time and my energy and so forth. I also have to have a balance of giving myself permission to back it off too, because that drive can become something that's not helpful. So there's a balance between the drive and the rest, or the drive and the permission to back off. So it's a bit like driving, manual driving, a lot of people probably don't know how to do now, but when you're learning to drive a manual car, there is a balance between the clutch and the accelerator that you need to know, that tension and what works. And it's much like that with the drive, in the personal drive you have and permission if you are an overachiever. So, or, maybe if you're just enthusiastic. So what I do is I deliberately give myself permission to do less, to do just something. So whatever the task is, I will go, I'll just do that. If I do that, I'll give myself permission that that's enough for now, and I'll put it out of my mind because I'm feeling this with it. You know, I'm feeling this pressure. So I'll give you, for instance, in just something that everyone will relate to, and that's the horrible job washing dishes. It's a job that is always there, never goes away as soon as you're done it this more, and it's a very ungrateful task. So years ago, I found it one of those things that I was just, I did it, but it just created so much, you know, inside. I just hated doing it. So I employed a little game that helped me get the job done, but in a pleasant way. So it became more of, it's just less, I felt less of that yuck of doing the job, and it became less a problem. And that was, I gave myself permission to do just the glasses and the mugs or something, or just the bowls. I'd go, oh, I'm so tired, day's done, dishes in the sink. You know, I'll just do that, and then I'll sit down and relax. And when I chose to do that, the pressure was gone. Like, you know, I just, oh, that's easy. That's fine. I'll whip it up. I'll get that done. And all that pressure's lifted. I know my reward's just over there in about 5 minutes time, and I'm good. So I would do that. But, you know, 99% of the time, I would say to myself, oh, and I'll just do the plates, and I'll just do, and in the end, I would get it all done. But the process felt completely different to what it would have been if I had just gone and tried to battle my way through it and get it done and just get it out of the way so I can go and rest. So that can apply creatively. You know, some of you may have heard of the blank canvas syndrome. It isn't a real syndrome, but, you know, it's something that's thrown out there in the art community about blank canvas syndrome. You sit in front of a canvas to go and paint, and you just go, oh, where do I start? And all those feelings of, what will I do? How will I do it? Will it be good enough? Will I be wasting my time, or will I make something good? I really want to make something good. And all that comes in right at the start, and you're carrying this responsibility before you even start. And you know what? It spoils your fun. It just spoils the actual purpose of creativity. Creativity is to explore and discover and have fun and play, and then marvel at what you create. Make mistakes and learn, and then marvel at what you create, right? It's not about a job. It's not about something that you have to do. Well, it's not for me. So when it becomes like that for me, I really try and stop and go, what's going wrong here? Am I taking on things that I don't really enjoy? Have I lost a sense of wonder? Should I be pushing this project more so it's more enjoyable? Am I putting too much responsibility on myself? And I start asking all those questions. So the blank canvas syndrome, you know, when you've got a blank canvas, and I'm using this as an example, is when that would happen to me, I would get this great big huge canvas, and I'd have this painting to do. And even if it was something I knew what I was doing, and I could see the process and roughly see in my mind's eye how it would turn out, I still had to get it from blank to finished. So I would say to myself, I would forget about time. Like, you know, I might have been conscious about only having so much time, and that would be a frustration for me. So I'd forget about time, and I'd say, okay, look, I've only got an hour, and I don't know what I'm going to get done in that hour, but I'll just start. So I'll just block it in, or I'll just put the line work, or I'll just locate, say if I was doing a still life, for instance, I'd just block in where the things are, and then I can, you know, switch off it and then go do whatever I had to do. So I would take that pressure off having to create any masterpiece in the moment, and and just get that much done. It was wonderful. It was the way I approached most paintings, actually, and that was the process that would go through my head if I felt any kind of overwhelm, or any of that. So I would just smash it out, and like the dishes example, like with washing up dishes, it would be the same thing. I would probably start that and end up getting more done, or if I had more time, end up doing a whole lot more and enjoying the whole process. So that's what I wanted to bless you with today, that kickstart, fighting the procrastination, the overwhelm, the expectations, all of that stuff, and just really seeing things for what they are. A big thing, can be tackled bit by bit by bit by bit until it's done. And if you enjoy those bits, you'll enjoy your creativity more, you'll enjoy even, your housework more, all those things more than you would have. I don't promise that you'll enjoy your housework, because I still don't enjoy my housework because it's always crammed. But you will enjoy it more, and you'll get more pleasure out of life, more joy out of life, and your journey. So I encourage you as creatives, and just as my friends on social media and so forth, that to give that a go. And I would love to hear your feedback, and I'd love to hear any stories of advancement from employing those little tactics. So easy, just a little game. And I'll leave you with one, because I've got a thing for threes. So I'll leave you with one more. And that is, it's just sprung to mind. That is another little game I used to play with cleaning up, like tidying up my area. And I actually still do it now and then too, because it just comes to my mind when I feel like, it's almost like a trigger now, when I feel like, so much mess, like so much mess has accumulated. I've been busy, I've got bogged down. When I feel that now, I remember that game because I was playing it so often earlier. And this was a 1 to 10 game that I just used to play with myself. I'll start with, say, my ensuite. I walk into my ensuite, there's a few things that have, scattered. I've been out the night before, thrown the makeup around, whatever, there's mess. And I haven't put it away. So I would give my count to 10 items. So as long as I did 10, I go 1, put 1, and I'd count them as I put them away. And it was usually enough in some spaces that was cleaned up. But I was focused on the numbers, not the doing, not I'm putting stuff away, I'm cleaning up. I would rather be out there doing that, whatever. So the 1 to 10 game that I would do. And early on, I used to walk through my whole house and go, I'll do 1 to 10 in this room, and 1 to 10 in that room, and 1 to 10 in that room. And things would get done more. I get more put away that way. So, yeah, I hope that blesses you. There's 3 little tips. Give them a go and let me know how they go. And I pray that helps you spend more time and get more done creatively and in general. So thanks, guys. Remember to share, like, comment, all those things, and I'll catch you next time.